I was appointed as manager of Gillingham all the way down in League 2. The aim was simple. We had to go from League 2 all the way to the Champions League. 5 seasons have gone by now, and I am happy to say that we have managed to get to the Champions League. However, the task is not finished. We need to now go on and win the Champions League, something that is going to be unbelievably hard. Yes, we did manage to qualify by winning the Europa League, so we've shown we can do it on the midweek nights in Europe, but now it's a completely different task. In this video, I'm going to be completing our first whole season in the Champions League. Let's get into the video. Yes, lads. Welcome back to the channel. It is a brand new season, season 6 in the Gillingham save. And as I said in the previous video, if you haven't watched it yet, I'm now going to do these videos in a longer format and get the entire season done, build a bit of a story, show you bits here and there, play some games, of course, live as well, and hopefully win the Premier League, win the Champions League. Maybe not this season, but ultimately we want to have a great finish. So let's get into some sort of early season stuff here. I have played the first game of the season. I normally like to show that, but it was against Middlesbrough, who were newly promoted. And the next game we've got that you're going to see me play live is against Real Madrid in the European Super Cups. But before we can get into the Real Madrid game, we have got a few things to go through. So first of all, I want to show you guys the transfer business we've done so far. Second of all, I want to show you our new tactics. And third of all, I want to outline this season's objectives. So starting with transfers then, very, very quickly. Divin and Bama. Match highest earner clause, 95 grand a week this man was on. No longer with us. He is now a free agent. We also parted with Max Kilman, decent servant, but could have maybe kept him around, but what am I keeping him for in the grand scheme of things? Same with James Maddison. Decent player, but why am I keeping him around? Not good enough, in my opinion, to drive us to that next step. We also lost Magnus Keith. I really wanted this guy to work. Magnus Keith, what a name. Didn't quite work out. He has gone, one of our young players. Same for Ivan Siao, a good servant to the club. He's gone to Hull. And also Liam Cullen has left the club too. So we've got rid of a fair bit of deadwood before we've even tried to sell anyone. So in terms of who's actually left the club then, well, Durate Cunha has gone out on loan. I wanted him to get that first team experience. Same for Lucinho, who has a very high ceiling according to the game. Datro Fofana, he will be leaving the club. Well, he has left the club permanently. Andy Smith has left the club permanently. Adamu Edet has left the club permanently as well. Another player that in League 2 looked to be the real deal, as we've gone through the save, not to be. We've already been through Liam Cullen. Same with Siao, Magnus Keith. We've got rid of a couple of other players on loan, a few youngsters that have got good potential, so happy to get them out. Pedro Bravo wasn't a player I was planning on selling, but an offer came in and I thought I want to accept it. I believe, what was it, £25 million, a £20 million profit. I think we can do better, so I was happy to let him go. We've also let this man go out on loan here, Hermonges da Silva. That will do. And I mean, you're getting the sense of this. It is just a lot of loan players that are heading out. Daniel Amar, not good enough. He will be sold in the next window. But this man here, I'm hoping, is good enough. It is Andre Natali, gone on loan to West Brom and joined Durate Cunha. Hopefully, he can come back and be a squad player. We'll have to see. We've also got rid of this man here, Nitai Zagerman, who's gone on loan again to West Brom. So the lads are linking up at West Brom, so we need to be tracking West Brom's progress, seeing how they get on. But now, on to the more exciting things. Incoming players. So I wanted to sign another left back. So Esquivel for me was superb towards the end of the season. He deserves to be our first choice left back. But I have decided to go and get a younger left back. And this man, data-wise, because I'm a big stat man, but data-wise, when I was doing my searches, looking for my ideal player in the desired role I want, this man stood out. So we've got Svetislav Hristov. I actually think that one was quite good. If you're new to the channel, it's the first bit you're watching, you'll understand I do not know how to say people's names. So there you go. But we've got Hristov in, and he looks to be superb. Look at the physicals. The mentals are getting there. 17 teamwork, 17 determination. And then in terms of the technicals, they are just going to get better and better and better. So yeah, I am very much liking the signing of him. A good Premier League player according to the Stars, even though we shouldn't be looking at Stars. Also then brought in on a free transfer, a really, really clever bit of business here. It is James McAtee. Now, this man here is going to play in the centre of midfield for us. He's not going to be a DM, winger, attacking midfielder. And I just think this is going to work perfectly because what he can do is be that attacking midfielder, the 16 dribbling, for example, 16 agility, a ball carrier, something that I'm looking to employ this season. So James McAtee on a free, I was absolutely delighted with. And then I just had to. Donyell Marlon back to the club permanently, was on loan last season, came up with some clutch goals. Didn't want him to be our first choice striker. Didn't want that at all, to be honest. But the fact he can play on the wings as well, it gives us some good cover. But I want this man to be second choice because I've gone and signed a better striker up front. But we'll get to him in a minute. Now then, a centre-back has joined us. It is Charlie Hughes, a player that I'll be completely honest, I didn't anticipate purchasing. Charlie Cresswell and Christian Cups last season, very, very solid. But Charlie Hughes for me is just that pedigree higher than Cresswell. So to have the three to rotate as well as Figueira, I actually think it's really, really solid. So Charlie Hughes, by the way, 19.75 million. Everton had a relegation release clause. I couldn't pass it up. So Charlie Hughes has joined the club. We then, for £400,000, signed James Beadle. I think this is an unbelievably perfect backup goalkeeper. You know, Ndiaye is sensational. He's my number one. I'm hoping we can take him all the way to the top. But to get an England player, because that will all help when it comes to Champions League squads, into the team for 400k, it's a no-brainer. He's only 26, 6'7". There's a lot to like about James Beadle. Now then, we have also gone and got this man in on loan. So Angelo is our first choice, but Esteval has come in on loan from Chelsea. Good deal financially, not too expensive in terms of wages as well. They've been very fair on that. And I just thought at 23 years of age, let's see how he gets on. And ultimately as well, if we nurture him in this season, yes, it's going to be for a rival. There's no option to buy. But ultimately, he could go on to be really, really important player for us. So Esteval coming in, not the finished product, but hopefully we can work on him throughout the season. Then it is the man who I've signed up front. It is Nelson Viper. Viper? Viper sounds better. Viper. Nelson has joined the club. 6'4", lovely physicals, some really, really solid technicals as well. And I just feel as though £40 million, so I've really gone for it, broke the bank in terms of signing him. And I'm just hoping it makes sense. Obviously, I did some installments, but I just feel as though 6'4", good in the air, but also in this new role that I want him to play. We'll have to see how it goes. But the contrast of him and Marlon, I like a lot. So other than that, one more signing came in. It is a centre midfielder, and it is this man here, Alexander Olderfalk, and he has come in for 15.75 million. Again, a nice release clause, capitalise on there. And for me personally, just a very solid player, a player that at only 21 is going to develop and grow and ultimately can go on to be one of our most important players. So a signing for now, but also not a signing for now too. So we've gone and got him in there, and that is where we are. So £79 million spent, £48.5 million out. I think it's been a solid window so far, and there is still going to be a few signings to make. 17.54 million, 135k in the wages. So you best believe I'm going to be spending some money in regards to that there. Now, let me show you just very quickly the squad and how it's looking. So as you can see here, I'll get into the tactics in a second, but if I sort by position, I won't go through every single one, but you can just see we've got enough cover for centre-backs. I'd maybe like to add one more centre-back there. 3 keepers, absolutely fine. A right back in Daniel, but we don't yet have a backup. And I'll show you why we don't in a second. But obviously, Mateus Nunes can go and play there too if we need him to, which is great. But then 2 left backs there. DM-wise, there's still going to be another defensive midfielder coming in. But again, we've got the cover to do so. Batrikov. He can play in that centre midfield position. So we're going to be training him up. I still believe he can be the man for us, but We have changed that shape. Winger-wise, I'm very happy with what we've got. I would actually, though, like to go and get a left winger. I just think that Harvey Barnes, back up to Vidigal, I would like that just to be better personally, but that's where we are at the moment. Looking to sell Joshua Zirkzee simply just hasn't worked, was awful last season. Trying to get rid of him for any amount of money at this point, it feels like. And then in terms of other players going out on loan, Angulo to Chan, I'm also looking at Max Lyons, who we signed. Basically, I just want to get rid of as many young players as I can and leave us with some solid options. The only person that isn't going out on loan is on Bassa. He's going to be our third choice striker because I do believe that he can get the job done for us. You never know. Injuries could hamper us, but that is where we are with the squad. So additions still to make. Now, let me show you how we're going to line up in terms of tactics. So previously, it was like a 4-2, like it was a mix of basically having an attacking midfielder and then a defensive midfielder that pushes up. But I've decided to change that. So one thing I noted from last season, from the whole time I've been manager, to be fair, we're constantly getting caught on the counter. Now, with that, I've decided to try and tweak that so that doesn't happen anymore. So if you look at how we are in possession first, so we're going to have Daniel bombing up and down the pitch as wing-back. He's going to be the more attacking. Escrivá will still attack, but he is going to predominantly sit back when he needs to. In fact, I think it's better to show both. He's going to predominantly sit back when he needs to. Out of possession, of course, Daniel is going to sit as that full-back as well. The centre-backs, ball-playing centre-backs was good, but I just felt, I don't know, I wanted to change it and play it a bit more safe and go a bit more defensive at times in this team. So we've got the two centre-backs there. And Dai's still a sweeper keeper. I'm going to see how that goes. I might... Do you know what? I'm actually just going to change that to goalkeeper. I want to bring it back to basics. So we're going to keep that as it is there. Now, defensive midfielder Guerrera completely stays the same. Really, really happy with his progress in his first season for us. But at 20 years old, 6 foot tall, he's just going to sit there and protect the back four. Now, in terms of the two centre midfielders, then out of possession, they're just standard centre midfielders. In possession, an attacking midfielder and an advanced playmaker. And both of these have our individual instructions set, and it's to dribble more and to make more forward runs, but also to roam as well from the positions, move into the channels. I want to be an absolute nightmare for teams going forward. And that's where Mateus Nunes will do the playmaking as well. Instead of inside forwards, I've decided to go for wide forwards for Angelo and Vidigal. Wingers as well, not tracking wingers. I feel as though the wingers coming back didn't necessarily help us. But if we're better sort of structurally defensively, then the wingers won't need to come back, if that makes sense. So that's why I've done that. And the only other change is I've gone for a poacher role up front instead of a channel forward, because I just feel as though with these guys changing to wide forwards, they're not coming in anymore. It then sort of negates the need to have the channel forward. So instead of the channel forward going out wide to get the ball and cut back in, we're going to have a poacher instead that will also benefit Donyal Marlon and also Orn Bassa if they need to play any games up front if Viper or Wiper is not doing the business. And there we go. That is the tactics. I'll just quickly show you the team instructions so you can see how we're doing things. I won't go through everything. You can see it there. Give it a pause if you want to have a look. Copy the tactics yourself. Give it a go. Although saying that, maybe get through the video first. See how we get on before you just copy this, because yeah, it might go terribly wrong. And you know, I haven't changed tactics really since the beginning of the save. I haven't needed to. But this is what we're doing now. You know, it's still a counter press, but it's not as high. It's not as aggressive. The tempo's not quite as high. And I'm hoping it just gives us the edge. Still unbalanced, clean slate all the way. Opposition instructions. I mean, I'll show you these very quickly. I've done some specific things when it comes to that. And it's just effectively just in terms of the shape, I want to trap them inside, and therefore I'm trying to show them out wide. So that is why. So this is the Premier League table. And now if I just quickly start with this, we'll go on to the fixture schedule so you can see. First and foremost, we managed to get the job done against Middlesbrough. I'm going to show highlights more. In between us doing the live games and me catching up, I'm going to show clips of certain moments. But for this one here, no need. I'm talking you through it now. 4-0 winners. And as you can see, the tactic worked really, really well. Some superb performances from the lads. But in terms of our objectives then, so obviously the UEFA Super Cup, if we win, fantastic. If we lose, it's a bit like the Community Shield for me. Who cares? But in terms of the Premier League, I want us to be in there with a real chance. I want us to finish at least in the top 4 this season. Last season was a massive regression. This season, I want it to be a lot better. So top 4 is what we're going for the Premier League. In terms of the FA Cup, I want us to reach far into it. Now, at the same time, with the Champions League as well, it could get difficult in terms of rotation. As you've seen, we don't actually have the thickest squad. So we'll assess that situation. League Cup, couldn't care less. If I'm going to be honest, it's just another game that I have to deal with. So, in terms of the Premier League, top 4, FA Cup is to go far. The Champions League, I think the Champions League, I would like us to get through to the round of 16, I think. I think the quarterfinals, it depends who we get drawn to. But ultimately, we'll say the quarterfinals. I'd like to reach the quarterfinals in our first season in the Champions League. But ultimately, I don't think we're going to win it. So the main focus has to be the Premier League and finishing in that top 4. But I think that has covered everything. I don't necessarily think there's anything else. So what I will do is I will see you guys in this massive game for European silverware against Real Madrid. Trent Alexander-Arnold on the ball. Rodrigo. Diamande. What a team. Valverde. Camavinga. Endrick. Bellingham. I mean, the stars in this team are huge. What a tackle from Guerrero, though, but we haven't been able to keep it. Rodrigo now. Great ball in. Endrick, and it's 1-0. Questions of offside? Is it going to be offside? I don't think it is. And it is a great goal. It is a great goal. Sometimes you've got to stand and watch. Nunez gives it away. Bellingham's ball out wide is superb. And Rodrigo, is it a first time? Oh, it's a first time ball to Endrick. What a goal. What a goal. And if this is a taste of what's to come in the big time, could be a long old day for us as Gillingham manager. Here is Cups into Daniel. And I'll explain as to who the other right back we might be going for in a second. Daniel. Good play, finds Nunez. Good ball in, and Max Lyons has gone and scored a goal. Referee's going to check this for offside, I feel. But surely that's onside. It looked like it came backwards. Has it been given? They're checking goal, VAR. And it's been disallowed. It must have been close. It must have been close. But an instant impact from Max Lyons, our young player here. I mean, where's the question of offside? Is it there? It's got to be there, yeah, because Nunez is... yeah. It's there. It's a disallowed goal. But signs of life. Corner comes in. Cleared by Madrid. Charlie Hughes now picks it up. And I tell you what, we're the ones that seemingly having the chances. Into Vidigal. Good play. Trent Alexander-Arnold has tripped him up. It looked harsh. It looks a penalty to me. Vidigal was away. Trent has tripped him up. And it should be a penalty. They're checking VAR. Surely, it's got to be a penalty. And it is a penalty. So who is going to step up for us? It looks as though it's going to be number 8, Mateus Nunes, to step up to make it Gillingham 1, Real Madrid 1 in the UEFA Super Cup final. And he scores. It is Mateus Nunes. So good. They've named him twice here as well. But that is 1-1 as we go in to half-time. Just a couple of minutes to go here, and it looks as though we're going to close out to 1-1 with Real Madrid. Now, I'm not sure if it goes extra time and penalties, well, or maybe we won't have to see. Maybe we won't have to see. Madrid on the ball here. Here's Fofana. Can we win it back? They're going to mess around with it at the back. Come on, lads. Can we win it back? Tavares for them on the ball at left back. Bellingham. Oh, that's a great ball. Killing Mbappe through on goal. Mbappe. Have Real Madrid just won the Super Cup? They're going to check it for offside, I'm sure. Ndai pleading with the referee. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. And it's been disallowed. So we survive in the 94th minute. Now, we did score some last-minute goals in the Europa League a couple of times last season. We've got the ball here. There's 10 seconds to go. Surely not enough time to get the ball up the pitch and make something happen. They've won it back, and that should be extra time. Oh, no, penalties. Wow, okay. Penalties, here we go. Donyell Marlon steps up first for us. Marlon scores. And remember, the last penalty shootout we did against Liverpool, we lost. Up next, Kylian Mbappe scores himself. No doubt there. Mbappe scores in front of the Gillingham fans. Something, you know, levels. We've gone up. We've gone up. Esteval. It's been saved. It is an awful penalty. So bad, Ndai's ran away. Ndai's ran away. It's that bad. Esteval, not great from him there. Is Ndai coming back? Yeah, he is. Why he ran away? Mason Greenwood plays for Real Madrid. Crazy. Okay, Ndai up against Greenwood. Greenwood surely just got to let him get back in. Why he ran away, I don't know. Mind games, maybe. Mind games. Greenwood steps up. Oh, it looked like an easy penalty to save. Okay, it is 2-1 to Real Madrid. While one new signing missed. The other one scores. James McAtee keeps us alive here and stops the rot, hopefully. Over now to Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham steps up. Ndai stands firm. Bellingham scores. Look, they're going to have superb penalty stats, aren't they? They're going to have some great penalty stats. Pressure now on, though. Can't afford to miss. And it's the young Max Lyons, who had a goal disallowed, steps up. Look at the confidence on him. Slots it home. And now pressure over to Real Madrid. Pressure over to Madrid. Score this and it's practically there. And it is this man here, Master Twano, who takes it and scores. Let's just get that one over with. It is going into the final penalty, 4-3 to Real Madrid. Charlie Hughes steps up for us. Can't miss. Can't miss. Does miss. Real Madrid win the Super Cup on penalties, but we gave a great show of ourselves in this game. And ultimately as well, it is just the Super Cup. Like, congratulations to Real Madrid, but ultimately it doesn't really affect us and our season, does it? We're now going to go on, plod on, and do what we do. So do you know what, Real Madrid? I don't care. We're skipping the celebrations. All I care about is my team, those stats, very promising. What we will do then is I want to get a bit of the season underway. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe check back in this game against Spurs, see where they are in the table, and maybe give it a... And do you know what? Actually, no, we're going to come back for this game against Liverpool here. So I'll play these games off camera, but I'll be showing you the highlights, get a general gauge to how the team's doing this season. And yeah, we'll come back for this game against Liverpool to see how we do get on. All right, guys, I'm just going to jump back in very quickly just to show you the rest of our transfer business. So I'll explain in a second in a cutaway what has happened in the league leading up to it. But before we do jump back in further on in the season, I think it's important just to show you who's going to be in the team. So we went and got the loan signing again of Louis Barry. It's been really difficult because funds-wise, we just haven't had much. You know, we've had to sell players to bring them in. So we've brought in Louis Barry on loan. Going to give us a lot of good cover in that left wing position. So very happy there. He can also play right wing too and up front if we really, really needed him to. So Louis Barry comes in on loan. We've also made the signing permanently of Jacob Wright. This one here just made a lot of sense to me. Defensive midfielder. Guerrero's going to be our main man, but if he does need to step in, he can come in. I just don't think there's anything crazy about this. I just think it's a decent signing. He can get better, but ultimately we wanted to bring him in on a low cost. And then we've also got this man here, Rodrigo Huescas, who has come in from Real Madrid on loan. Now, I mentioned right back to you guys previously. This is not the right back that I was referring to. I was actually referring to Reece James. He was a free agent. I tried to go after him. He was interested. We agreed in terms of the contract, but then Real Madrid came in. And when Real Madrid come in, what chance have you got? Of course, you've got no chance. So we actually went and got this man from Real Madrid that replaces Reece James, if it all makes sense. It all links together somehow. But Rodrigo Huescas has come in. No more departures other than one or two random loans from some young players that we've got. I've done some scouting for some younger players as well, so we'll keep that going in the background. But ultimately, it has been a decent transfer window. We end with £81 million being spent, but as you can see, 48.5 million coming back in. So we are left with the squad that we're with, and I will now cut away to the highlights in between me and the next game. So after Real Madrid, we did play Brentford, where we picked up a 2-0 win. Núñez doing very well in this system, but shout out to Vidigal. You're going to hear me say that a lot, but shout out to him in terms of what he did for the goal. We then crashed back down to earth though, losing 3-2 to Brighton. Evan Ferguson with a brace to give Brighton all 3 points. We then played Manchester United, where we picked up a 3-0 win, and our big money signing Viper was on full show. A great goal from him and also from Vidigal, but shout out again to Viper in terms of the assist for Vidigal's goal. Fresh off beating Manchester United, we then went on to beat Manchester City 1-0, and it was that man again, it was Vidigal. And just to think, we thought about upgrading him, but he has been superb so far this season. It was then our debut in the Champions League. Viper got the 85th minute leveller. It was a lovely team goal, but a goal that was very much needed. Our league form was superb though. Vidigal again coming up clutch. Lovely finish past Martinez as we beat Aston Villa 1-0. But Europe proved to be tough once again. Vidigal put us 3-2 ahead, but it was our nemesis, Cho, who got the equaliser, making it 3-3 as a final score between us and Nice. Our league form then came to an end as we lost 2-0 to Spurs. Pap Sarr's header sealed it for them, before a crazy game against Newcastle finished 3-2 to us, and in the 92nd minute, it's that future star of ours, Max Lyons, who got the goal. Great composure on the finish. Heading back to Europe then, we welcome Barcelona, who thanks to a late Yamin Lamau goal, made it 2-1 to them. After Barcelona, we drew 0-0 with Ipswich, as you can see here, before losing 4-1 in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. I believe it was Everton that we did beat in the 3rd round, Louis Barry with the goal. But in the 4th round, it was almost complete rotation. I just wanted the lads to just know that the Carabao Cup means nothing to me, and we're going all in on the Premier League. So let's have a look at the Premier League table, see where we are. We are exactly where I want us to be in the title race currently, but as I've said at the start of the video, it's all about top 4 for me and maintaining Champions League football. It's been a great start. It really, really has. 19 points from 9 games, 1 point off Liverpool, which makes this game even bigger. Win this, we might find ourselves top of the tree. In terms of the Champions League, however, I mean, this is what we do in European football, isn't it? This is what we do. We're a better position than we were in the Europa League, but we're not great at this league phase model, are we? It does, it doesn't suit us, clearly. But we're only a couple of points off, and I'm expecting us to get into the Champions League playoff rounds at least. I feel a bit of a surge coming, but we have got some tough games to go. All right, then, here we go. This is how we're lining up. Estevao is getting the nod at the moment over Angelo. I've been very impressed by him. And yeah, up against Liverpool, top of the league. Although looking at that team, I do see a few weaknesses. So let's see if we can exploit those. The Premier League table is, it's beginning to hot up. Those first couple of games separates the men from the boys. I would say we're firmly at this moment in time in the top 4 race and still the title race. Up the Gills, let's see if we can get the job done. Here is Gravenberch then over at left back in that sort of position there. Gakpo finds some space. Goes back to Collins, who I did have a little look at, I have to say, in the transfer window. Good bit of experience that would have been. Here's Bakayoko, though. Very difficult player to contain. Still going. McAllister. Oh, it's gone in. It looked as though Ndiaye was just going to tip that perfectly round the post. But Liverpool looking very solid. Let's have a look at this again. So Bakayoko, as I'm saying, he's a real handful to deal with. Lovely turn back. Lays it off to McAllister, and it takes a deflection. Ndiaye almost gets there. Off the post and in. That's one of those unfortunate ones, but 4 minutes in, we've got a lot to do. Free kick to us here. It's been all Liverpool, I have to say, in this first half. Daniel over it. He finds Nunes. Nunes then to Guerrera. Oh, it's a really poor pass from Guerrera. Ekitike looked offside to me. They'll check it. It depends if they score, and they will score. Julius Apara with the goal. I think this is going to be ruled out. Ekitike looked offside. Apara didn't, in all fairness to him, in the original move. Surely got to be disallowed. Goal awarded. Goal awarded. They're not even going to show it. I mean, this obviously... Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's obviously not offside. But it looked... Oh, thank you for the lines. Wouldn't have been able to do it without it. It was Ekitike's first run that looked offside, but there we go. Liverpool absolutely blown us away. 2-0 up in the first half. But this looks like it is going to be Liverpool 2, Gillingham 0. A little bit of a realisation for us here that, yes, we are competing back where we should be for European football, but we are certainly not on the levels of your Liverpools, Manchester Cities, etc. So Liverpool will get all 3 points here, deservedly as well. A late resurgence from us, but no, nowhere near good enough in the grand scheme of things. So we're still in the top 4, but that gap that we did have outside the top 4 has closed massively. So then that is the Liverpool game done. What I think I'll do next is I'm going to skip a bit further into the season, and I think I'm going to come back for either of Manchester United, Chelsea, City, and if Brentford are still up there, we will come back for that, but do a double header playing this game against Atletico Madrid as well, closing out Europe. So I don't want to skip huge parts of the season, but at the same time, I want to just, get through it, and we'll certainly have more games towards the end, I am sure. So yeah, so I'm going to see you back for one of these 4. We'll have to see who it's going to be, and we'll have to see if we've made any signings as well, because that is the January transfer window. So I will see you back for one of those 4. Straight after Liverpool was another bad European night. Alarcon got the decisive goal as Porto beat us 1-0. We did bounce back in the Premier League. James McAtee hitting a brace from centre midfield. He is so underrated for us at the moment. But then a very tough game against Leeds where we drew 1-1. Mateus Nunes coming up with the goods in the 91st minute. Up next was Mould, and we simply had to win. A loss could have us out of Europe. Esteval's goal made sure that was not the case. We then lost 2-1 to title hopefuls Arsenal. Even though we did take the lead with Daniel, they came back to make it 2-1. Following that, we bounced back well against Forest, winning 2-1. Odefolk was at the double, showing why he was a great signing for us. Following on from that, well, it was more inconsistencies. A win, a loss, a draw. Nunes in the right place at the right time. Vidigal with another assist, but the results just not going our way. However, back in Europe, we were beginning to now find our feet. A 5-1 thumping against Fenerbahce, with Viper finishing superbly to round it off. And this result started something special. A 3-0 win followed, Viper again scoring, beginning to really be settling in at Gillingham. The next game, well, it was a 4-0 demolition job against Leicester, and it was another Viper goal. And the next game, well, it was another Viper goal where he helped us to 3 points against Wolves as we won 1-0. But it was that man once again. 5 games, 5 goals for Nelson Viper. It's now working so well. Another McAtee assist, another 1-0 win. And apparently, we love 1-0 wins because we went and played Manchester United and picked up another one. And yes, it was the ultimate poacher once again, Nelson Viper. 6 in 6. FA Cup time now, and we did decide to give him a break against a very poor side. But don't worry though, Angelo hit a hat-trick, and this was the pick of the bunch. So there we go, lads. We are fully up to date here for this game against Manchester City. This is who I've chosen for us to be up against. Now, as you can see, 7 games unbeaten, only conceding 1 goal in that time as well. So it has been an unbelievable run of form from us. It was a little bit ropey around this part of the season here, a couple of losses, a poor draw to Ipswich, but we've really picked it up. And hopefully you enjoy the narration style highlights. I'm trying something different. Let me know in the comments if you like it. I think it will be good for the video. We'll have to see how it turns out. But I certainly enjoy showing you guys what happens off camera, because there's so much that you just don't really say when all you show is the results. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy them. But let's have a look. Of course, we'll have a look at the Premier League. So we are currently sat in 4th place. Now, what makes this so special is that we're only 6 points behind. Maths has let me down. We're only 8 points behind Manchester City and Arsenal. Of course, we're now playing Manchester City. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we're in a title race, but I am an Aston Villa fan. And I was deluded to think that Villa were in a title race in real life this season. So you best believe I'm thinking we are. Now, if we win both our games in hand and we then close the points tally to just 2, I mean, you just never know. I would never write this Gillingham squad off, but the tactics are certainly working and it feels good. It feels good to have a new tactic that actually works. Let's have a quick check-in at the Champions League. Now, of course, we didn't start great. We're up to 19th. There's 2 games remaining. We're going to do the Atletico Madrid game, and if we need to, we'll play the Roma game, but I'm hoping that we'll be safe. So we'll have to see how that goes there. But that is the Champions League. Now, in terms of the FA Cup that we just played a game in, we have been drawn in the next round to Burnley. So I believe it's the 4th round. It is. So we've got Championship opposition, once again, a really good time to hopefully keep progressing. And as I say, I would love it. Could you imagine if we won the FA Cup and qualified for the Champions League? That would be a dream season. Well, winning the treble would be the dream season, but it would be a very good season anyway. So let's just have a quick check-in at the squad, just so I can keep you updated as to how everyone is getting on. Our highest rated player that's played a considerable amount of games is actually James McAtee. Look at those stats. 4 goals, 9 assists. This is what I'm saying. Quietly, he's just been having an amazing season, and it's been such a good signing. In terms of who's putting the goals in the back of the net, no, it's this man here. Now, Nelson Viper is on a serious run of form, but Mateus Nunes, at 32 years of age, is just being absolutely sensational. Really, really happy with him. It's that new role where he's in that advanced playmaker position. He's just picking the ball up and having space. So I'm very, very happy that the tactics are really getting the best out of him. As we mentioned, Nelson Viper having a very, very good season. Really now hit a purple patch of form. And so is Sandro Vidigal, who has proven he is by far our first choice starter. Now, the right-hand side of the pitch, I'm going to be honest, 6-3 for Esteval, 5-3 for Angelo. It is unbelievably hard to choose one of these players in the team. Esteval's great, Angelo's great, so these are the battles I'm dealing with, but this just shows you how everyone's playing and who are the consistent performers. Very, very happy with Christian Cups, Charlie Hughes, the list goes on. It's been a superb start to the season, couldn't be happier. Massive game now, back where we belong, the top half of the table, the top 4 fighting for the title. This is what it was like first season in the Premier League. So let's get in to this game against Manchester City. Erling Haaland in here straight away, and Erling Haaland scored 24 seconds into the game. I wasn't even commentating. I thought this was just the first highlight. I thought nothing to worry here. Erling Haaland picks it up. Savinho picks the ball up. What a ball that is. We're completely torn open in the first 20 seconds of the game. And Haaland has made it 1-0. You cannot give that man that amount of space. Let's just hope that this isn't like a sign of things to come for the rest of the game. But we've got it all to do now. Disappointing start. Got to make sure we're standing firm here. Don't want to concede another silly goal. Thought we might win it there. Eder Militao. Viper on the press. Let me know how you say his name. I'm going to go with Viper because it just sounds cool, like Randy Orton throwback back in the day. Anyway, here comes Savinho. It's that same ball again to Erling Haaland. Questions of offside, probably not going to get given now. Dembele puts it in. We're appealing for offside. The offside should be for the first one for Erling Haaland. They're going to take this to VAR, and this is a big point in our season for the title, and it's been awarded. Now, they're not going to show, this is not the offside. And I don't know if the game thinks this is the offside, because obviously he's not offside there, clearly onside. But Erling Haaland's first one looked offside. Anyway, if it wasn't a mountain, it is now. I mean, we'll keep coming. Of course we will. And one goal could change everything. Here is Daniel, only half an hour in, time on our side. Daniel's ball to the back post. Vidigal can't get there. Esquivel will pick it up. Into Nunes, Daniel knocking it around nicely. Angelo shoots, Angelo scores. And he's absolutely rifled that into the goal. Great strike from Angelo, who I've given the nod to today over Esteval. Remember, in the highlights I just showed you, he scored a hat-trick recently against Birmingham in our last game. The form is with him. You're only as good as your last game. Nunes, great assist. And Angelo, it's poor goalkeeping from James Trafford, but it was a very powerful shot. And in a game that we were probably out of a few minutes ago, we're now back in. Changes have been made. James McAtee's gone off injured, which is disappointing. He was having a very good game. Here is Gvardiol. Back to Dembele. It just feels like the momentum is with them. Nijpen, flag's gone up. We're going to see what happens here. I didn't really see it. He looked offside, but he could have just timed it perfectly. And it's been disallowed. Big moment in this game. I'm not sure what to do, whether to push for it and go attacking or just hope we have a chance. Let's have another look at this. I think I'm going to go for it. I tell you what, he's very nearly onside there. We've got nothing to lose. You know. Goal difference is goal difference. We're pushing for the title. We're still in the race. We're going to give it a go. It doesn't look like it's going to be our day. 7 minutes added on in all fairness. And we do have the ball here. Here is Cups. Can we just get that last big chance? Viper, anyone. Esteval. Big moments, big players. This is what we need. Charlie Hughes on the ball. Finds Louis Barry. Esquivel back to Barry. Can he deliver? Barry into Olderfork, into Viper. And you just knew it, didn't you? You just knew it. Wait, 7 goals in 7 games that he started in. That is insane. Louis Barry as well. A bit of one of those loan signings, not the most glamorous, but he's done really well. Olderfork plays a lovely ball back into him. Viper, Haaland, very, very similar players. Similar stature, similar way they play. Both really, really good poachers. And there we go. Let me just change back to just cautious now because we are in a great position. Can we see this out? A few minutes to go. 2-2 away at City would be a fantastic result. And, ref, there we go. 2-2 against Manchester City at the Etihad. From 2-0 down. From 2-0 down, we've left it late, but Viper comes up with the goods again. He has been such a good signing. Bad news about James McAtee. He will be injured for 4 to 7 weeks. 6 to 7 weeks even. So that is a real disappointment because he was really finding his form. So we'll have to have a think about things. Now remember, we are in the January transfer window. We're slap bang in the middle of it right now. So we might actually go and get a loan signing just to help us out numbers wise in that department. But I will be back with you guys for this game against Atletico Madrid. Massive, massive game. Needing to make sure we get all 3 points here in the Champions League phase because I don't want to leave it to that last game against Roma fighting for our lives. So yes, I will see you back for this Atletico Madrid game and we will go from there. So then welcome back. We did play a game against Brentford, but it is all eyes now on the Champions League. A massive game against Atletico Madrid. They sit in 10th. They're going to be wanting to make sure that they can put themselves in the automatic stages of the Champions League. In the game against Brentford, we did lose 1-0. It was a Raspadori 90th minute winner. So I won't show you the highlight of that one, but you can just imagine how that made me feel. Not great. But anyway, massive game against Atletico Madrid. Let's get into the game. 1 minute in, Esquivel goes forward. Bit of a poor ball there. Now, Vidigal has had to come out of the team, so Louis Barry is going to come in, which is fine. You know, Louis Barry's been very good for us so far this season. As Atletico Madrid here, speaking of Louis Barry, intercepts the ball there on a charging run. Louis Barry, Viper with the goal. There's going to be questions of offside once again, and this actually looks like it should be disallowed. I just think that Viper just takes that step a little bit too soon. We'll check it. And it's been awarded. Okay, great start to the game. So Louis Barry here. It's all about him, by the way. Lovely football. Drives inside after his interception. And yeah, it looked offside, but it's actually the left back for Atletico Madrid that plays him onside. Viper with a goal again. Esteval on the corner. Good delivery needed. It doesn't really beat the first man. Esteval has another go here, though. Inside, finds Viper, into Nunez, and it's a goal. There's no questions of VAR there. It may have popped up for a second, but that is Gillingham 2, Atletico Madrid 0. And this is what we need to do away from home in Europe, and we are just taking our chances. It's cleared. It comes back to Esteval, does really well, just slips it inside to Viper. Viper doesn't shoot. Look at how many men around him. 5 men around him to Nunez. It's not the best shot. Keeper maybe should have done better, but he continues his insane season. We had an offer come in for him, by the way. I believe it was from Fulham, and we said not a chance. 10 minutes to go then from a famous Gillingham victory. Atletico Madrid 2-0 down at home against us. There's Guerrera there. Oh, hold on a second. What's gone on here? Simeone sent off for a second yellow. I was worried Hirostov has just gone in and flattered him there. Hopefully Guerrera's all right. We're going to take him off as a precaution anyway. But that should be the game finished. But that should do it, lads. That should do it. 5 minutes of added time. It doesn't matter. There could be 100. We were not losing this game today. And that is a massive win in our bid for Champions League football. So let's have a look at where that leaves us in the table. So then we are up to 12th, as you can see. So I think I'm pretty safe to say, yes, I am, that we don't need to play the game against Roma on camera. Now, what are our chances? 11, 12, 13, 14. So we would have a slight chance to make it into the playoff rounds. So, to skip the playoff rounds. So Yeah, I'm not going to play it. I'll show you the highlights and I'll show you where we end up. But ultimately, as far as I'm concerned, a very solid outing from us. And we've just guaranteed we're through to the next round of the Champions League, which is exactly what we needed to do, by the way, exactly what we needed to do. So with that being said, then I think we're going to come back for this game against Arsenal. It's a very big game, and we might even play these two together, Arsenal and Chelsea, because heading back to the Premier League, we are in the Champions League race. Brentford, that win against us, has put them right back in the picture as well. As you can see, sorry, I need to get the table up. As you can see, they're with Brentford. So we're going to play the Arsenal game because as much as we are out of the title race, we're the teams we're looking to catch. So we'll play Arsenal and we'll see about Chelsea. We'll see because, as I say, as the season goes on, we're going to have a lot more games to play, including look at the end of our season. I mean, in the last 5 games, Chelsea, Newcastle, Liverpool, Spurs, it's going to be tough, but hopefully we can excel in other competitions as well as the Premier League. So I'll be back for this game against Arsenal and I'll let you know who we've signed. And yes, we are signing someone. Fresh after our success in Europe, we did have a frustrating time as we lost 1-0 to Middlesbrough in the league at home. Our final game in the Champions League phase was a 1-1 draw with Roma, and it was Vidigal with the goal. We then bounced back in the Premier League after 2 defeats, and it was thanks to Christian Cups, a massive 1-0 win against Villa. And so here we are then back for the game against Arsenal. Speaking of Arsenal, by the way, 8 wins, 8 games in the Champions League, so very good outing from them. As you can see, we finished 14th in the Champions League phase, which I was very happy with considering the start we did make. So, what does that mean? Who have we got in the playoff round? Well, there's a certain team when it comes to Europe that just seem to be making a bit of a story with us. You guessed it. It is Nice. So it is Nice versus Gillingham, a replay of the Europa League semi-final from last season. So a massive, massive game there. Every time we've played Nice, it has been a high-scoring, crazy game. So that is one to watch out for. Now, in regards to the Premier League, as I mentioned in the highlights, we lost 1-0 to Brentford. We lost 1-0 to Middlesbrough, but we did bounce back against Aston Villa. So this is where we are in terms of Premier League football. Sat in that 5th position. It is getting very tight. 3 points separates us and Liverpool, but we do have a game in hand. Granted, that game in hand looks as though, actually no, I was going to say it's Arsenal, but it's actually that game against Chelsea, which we're not going to play, even though it might, probably was a better game to play at this point, just because it's been moved due to the Nice game. So what we're going to do, we're going to play this game against Arsenal. I'm going to play the first leg against Nice off camera and show you the highlights, of course, and then we're going to come back for the second leg against Nice. I think what I'll probably do for the European games is I'll probably play the second legs, because I just feel as though maybe they're the more entertaining. Well, they are. They're the more entertaining legs. So we will do that. And we've also got a Burnley sandwich in between those 2 games against Nice. So hopefully we can get into the next round of the Cup as well. But before I do get into the game against Arsenal, let's have a look at the transfers. So you might have seen it. Well, first of all, we signed this man here, Josip Bosnic. So for £1 million, he came in, but he's gone straight out on loan back to the club he's from. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. I don't have to. Zhransky, something like that. We also signed this man here, William Fisk. He is a Norwegian centre attacking midfielder, centre mid, that sort of position. Hopefully he comes good. He is also just, sat currently in our youth team doing what he does. But the main talking point is this man here. £30 million. We signed Warren Zaire-Emery. I was really chuffed with this. And to be honest, I had no intention of going this crazy for a signing in January, but because of the injury to James McAtee, I just thought, right, let's go and get someone in. Batrikov, he's going to take a seat back now. We've upgraded massively here. So, Oddefolk, McAtee, Nunes, Zaire-Emery, we are absolutely stacked in centre midfield now. Unfortunately, though, he's injured for 4 to 6 weeks. It's just the way the cookie crumbles, isn't it? Now, in terms of who left, no notable people. Maybe Bassa decided to send him out back on loan. Just not really working with him at the moment. We'll see how he gets on though. And Marlon Gomez. So West Brom currently have how many players from us on loan? They have got so many. Look at all these players. No, I was going to say, I don't remember his name. But yeah, Gomez. They've got Cunha. They've got Natali. And they've also got, where is he? Our man here. He is injured, but he's having a great start to his season for West Brom. So West Brom basically like a little feeder club for us at the moment. But that is the transfer business there. So I will see you for this game against Arsenal. Here is Esquivel, nice and early in the game here. Oddefolk obviously came in for Zaire-Emery, so I was hoping to give a debut for him, but unable to do so. Some nice work between Angelo and Daniel. Angelo here then shifting inside the box as he does. Shoots, scores. Ramsdale's positioning is absolutely horrible. And it is 1-0 inside 1.5 minutes. And it is Angelo and Daniel. I feel so bad for Esteval because he's been absolutely superb for us, genuinely. But every time I give this man game time, he delivers to the highest extent. Ramsdale makes it a bit easy for him, but that is 1-0 against an Arsenal side that look untouchable so far this season. Here's Lewis Skelly then just before half-time. Fernandez Pardo, who has given us a headache every single time we've played against Arsenal, and it looks as though it's the same here today. Can Daniel win the ball back? No, he can't. Fernandez Pardo, Obregon, Bischoff, out wide to Firmine. Lovely move by Arsenal, and it is finished by Obregon. Claudio Obregon. Yes, I know this guy, actually. He was in my shortlist. He's a regen. So that, yeah, it is his first goal. He's only just moved there, so showing that he can do some good things. Firmine here. Oh, yeah, it's a good ball in, good movement as well, and it is a nice finish. So their new signing coming up trumps there. Undeservedly 1-1 here, but I'm taking the positives going into the second half. Well, it has been a very quiet second half after quite a lively first half, to be fair. We've made a few changes, tried to change things up. Here is Charlie Hughes over to Hirostov. Louis Barry, who's been very impressive whenever called upon. Odefalk, who's had a great game himself here, driving into the box, finds Louis Barry. Can he finish? Yes, he can. And Louis Barry has just made it Gillingham 2, Arsenal 1. Wow, massive moment that is there. Deservedly 2-1 up. But now we've got to see this out. And this is where the tactics are really, really working. Odefalk shifting out wide. He's a centre midfielder, but then it just creates the space for Louis Barry, for Vidigal, Angelo, Esteval, wherever it is in the pitch, whatever winger's playing, and we're scoring goals, creating goals. It's just, yeah, very, very good to see the tactics working. And we're going to be thrown straight into another highlight here. Here's Viper. He's actually through on goal here. Not quite, though. Good defending from Gabriel. Tell you what, this would be a really good moment for some daylight here. Scalvini clears. Here is Hirostov again. Good ball to Louis Barry. Looks to be onside. I think it is. In for Nunes. Deflected for a corner. It's all us, but as we saw in the first half, all they need is one chance. A couple of minutes to go. We are on defensive, looking to see this game out. It has been a fantastic performance from the lads, and that looks as though that is going to be it. What a win that is. What a win. I mean, completely deserved, but how many times have you played a game of Football Manager where you deserve to win against a good side and it doesn't go your way? Not the case here. And also as well, we have just moved up to 4th, so couldn't be happier. So then I will get these two games out the way against Nice and Burnley, of course, showing you what goes on, and we will see what happens. But we are without a couple of players going into this game, so it's going to be difficult. But yeah, I'll get through these two games and come back to you for this second leg where hopefully we're in with a chance still, and we haven't absolutely blown it in the first leg. Well, I'm happy to say that the first leg was a success. We went to France in what normally is a high-scoring game that finished 1-0. Very, very happy with the performance. An unlikely goal scorer in Esquivel, but we will take that. What a finish it was from the left back. We are also through to the next round of the FA Cup. It did take us till extra time to get the job done, but it was a rotated side as we have some huge games coming up. The goal, well, the goal was scored by, you guessed it, it was Nelson Viper, and it wasn't just his first goal in this game, it was a brace for our 6'4" striker, and I mean, I think this goal just summarises exactly the sort of player he is. Right place, right time. So guys, as you can see, it was a very successful first leg in the Champions League, and of course we're through in the FA Cup as well. So we're going to go into this game against Nice 1-0 up, but on a fantastic run of form. After what appears to be a bit of a blip, we seem to go through this, don't we? A bit of a blip, and then we come through the other side. So hopefully we can get the job done here against Nice and get into the round of 16. And I'm also keen to see who it's going to be that we have in the FA Cup. I'm surprised that that's not actually been announced yet, which is interesting. So keep an eye out for that. But first and foremost, let's get into this game. Seems to have a lot of football being played on this left-hand side in the first half. Esquivel been so involved. So we are going to go over here to Daniel at right back. Esteval hasn't really been in the game too much. It's all gone down the other side, and we're going down that side again. Here is Vidigal. Lovely switch from Nunes. Vidigal. And there is the goal that we've been looking for. Sandro Vidigal makes it 1-0, 2-0 on aggregate. And I would say that is game done. We're all over them. And this is what I've tried to encourage a bit more. Switching the ball over, having the fluidity to just move the ball all over the pitch. And this is why, because space is left and we capitalise on that space. Bodies in the box, ready for the rebound. This team is just complete. I'm really, really happy with the tactics. Personnel, we can improve here and there, but they have been outstanding this season. Nice down, 10 minutes to go, trying to get themselves back in this game. A goal does that for them, but Guerrero defends that very nicely. And now this is what we mean. Game management, no need to try and force it. Daniel, though, there's the space and he will go for it. Angelo now on the pitch, good ball. Max Lyons through on goal, scores. And that is a big moment. I just double checked. Doesn't look to be offside. A big moment for Max Lyons. A young lad. First goal in the Champions League. And it's this lovely ball from Daniel. The run is down to perfection. I've seen him in this position a few times. And he's actually missed the target entirely. So it's very nice to see the young lad. No weight on his shoulders. We've had young strikers before. And Viper is here. He's our main man. That takes all the pressure. Max Lyons there. Great finish. And that is, I couldn't have asked for more in this game. I really couldn't have. Job well done. We are jumping straight into a highlight though. So this does worry me a little bit. Just because I don't want him to have, 9 minutes to go. I think we're pretty safe. Cho, our nemesis. Not today, buddy. Not today. Coming forward, here's Louis Barry, who's just come on, giving the ball away, wins it back. Charging forward now. Here is Louis Barry. Ball through to Jacob Wright. Well, that could have been a penalty. Barry gets it back, and that is now certainly game over if it wasn't already. Gillingham 3, Nice 0. Free kick then, literally at the end of the game, 93rd minute. Are we going to try and get one more? Nunez, oh, God. I feel bad at this point. I feel bad. Bard has put it into his own net. It is an awful shot, really, but it takes a wicked deflection. We don't need to see that again. We don't need to see that again. But that is game over. Comprehensive victory from the lads. We're going to join PSG, Benfica, and either Atletico Madrid or Blue Neri. I don't know who Blue Neri is. Is that Napoli? Is that Blue Neri? Inter? Is it Inter? Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's see who we get in the FA Cup 5th round and also the Champions League round of 16. Remember, Gillingham, League 2 to the Champions League. Imagine if we did it this season. It would be crazy. Well, we are certainly among the big dogs now because it is Gillingham against Bayern Munich in the round of 16. So it doesn't get much bigger than that, does it? So, yeah, if anyone thought we're going to have a very easy, nice route to the Champions League final, it was going to be one of those ones where you look at it and say, yeah, but you played Bruges and then you played Porto and then... No. We're going to go for Bayern Munich. So a massive, massive game against them. Let's have a look when that is. Just quickly, though. Why they removed the feature where you could watch the cup draw, I don't know. Imagine how exciting that would have been. Something so basic as well that just... Anyway, it's a whole other story. So that is who we've got in terms of the Champions League, but still no update on the FA Cup. Why is that the case? Why is that? Is there still games going on? Are there replays maybe? I have no idea, but I'm looking forward to seeing who we've got in that. But anyway, Bayern Munich is who we will have. So what I will do is I feel like I've got to play both of these games on camera. I feel like I have, because imagine we just lose 4-0 in the first. I'll see you back for this game against Bayern Munich. In between waiting for the Bayern Munich game, we played against Nottingham Forest, where Nelson Viper scored this wonderful goal to make it 2-0 and see us get all 3 points. Our good form persisted as we also beat West Ham 1-0 thanks to a Batrakov goal. All right then, lads, we are here for this first leg against Bayern Munich. Now, it has been some in real life days. I've not been very well, but I'm back now, ready to record. So I've just been through these 2 games here. Very excited that, we're still playing well. And look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games now. We're not even just unbeaten. 7 games without losing. So we're going into this game the best possible form that we have. Now, we've also been gifted. I'm not sure if I actually went through this with you guys, but we've been gifted a 5th round tie. So one off the quarterfinals, and let's be real. Look at the teams that are left in this. Arsenal and Man City. One of those two is going to get knocked out. Liverpool and Leeds, you'd argue Liverpool. So Liverpool, Arsenal, City, us. They're the main threats. So watchers get drawn against them anyway. But look, let's get through this game. This is a potential banana skin. So let's get through it. But ultimately, looking promising in terms of the FA Cup. But now it is all eyes. The round of 16 in the Champions League. 3 minutes in, Esquivel with the throw-in. Goes in long, doesn't quite get anywhere, but we'll pick it back up. I tell you what, I'm nervous. These are the games I love. Here's Vidigal. He's been superb all season. Look at the run. And it's gone in. It's Nelson Viper and Vidigal. All class here to him, because what he does here, and I'm not sure if you saw it in there. Let me show you the replay here. What he does here is phenomenal. So first and foremost, skips past his man, not once, but twice. And here, how many times have you seen people hit it? Doesn't hit it. Unselfish. What a goal. What a start to the... Oh, what a start. This is 4 minutes in. And it is Gillingham 1, Bayern Munich 0. Esquivel finds Viper. Into McAtee. Lovely little play between those two. Vidigal now. What's he got in store for us this time? Driving towards the box. Been a fantastic start from us. Here he is again. Oh, I thought he'd have a go there. Have a go this time. Loses it. But Esteval, Vidigal, surely it's 2-0. Woohoo! There we go. 2-0 inside 13 minutes. And I was nervous for this. I was genuinely nervous. Like, this game is huge for us because ultimately it's going to be tough in Germany regardless, but we wanted to go into it in a positive situation. This is beyond positive. 13 minutes in, Vidigal creating chances, doing everything he needs to do, showing that he is on the elite level of wingers, and I'm so happy we signed him. 2-0. Well, we have seen off a bit of a Bayern storm in the second half, and that is full time. Gillingham 2, Bayern Munich 0. What a first 15 minutes it was for us. We did the business there, and I'm very, very happy. We're going to be taking into the second leg, into Germany, a 2-goal advantage. Couldn't ask for more realistically. So I will see you guys straight away back for that second leg. Now, before we could get to the second leg of the Bayern Munich game, we of course had Bolton in the FA Cup. Now, I feared this was going to be a potential banana skin, but I'm happy to say the lads got the job done. 2-0 winners on the day, and this here was our second goal, scored by Angelo. Okay, then here we go. It is the second leg. They're going to line up very similar to how they did in the first leg, but this is no joke. This is going to be a very difficult game. 2-0 up, so we are favourites here, let's be honest. But ultimately, one Bayern Munich goal, and it is nerve-wracking time. So up the Gills, away at Munich. Here is Nelson Viper into Esteval. 8 minutes in. Now remember, in the first leg, we started very well. Let's hope we can do the same here. As Esteval gives the ball away. Here's Musiala. Here they come. Here come the red shirts. Cherky finds Diaz. Looked onside to me. Diaz inside. Diaz shoots. Diaz hits the post, and we just scramble it away. Cherky steps over it. Good ball in, and it is a goal. It's Mustafa with the goal for Bayern, and this is exactly what we spoke about. As soon as they get one goal, it is game on. Cherky's delivery is very, very good. And it is a good header from Mustafa as well. It's poor marking, and Dahi can't quite get there. Frustrating. Nelson Viper also has picked up an injury. So we're going to monitor that, but I want to keep him out there. God, I tell you what, I was so confident after the 2-0 that we're going to get the job for and get done in this tie. And it might not be the case. Here's Huescas. Gives the ball away. Daniel has a slight knock, so we didn't go for him. Odefalk, Viper, clearly offside. It's gone in. The assistant's flag doesn't go up, but this is offside. We know it's offside. Referee is consulting with VAR. I'm not getting my hopes up. Disallowed, of course it is. Yeah, okay. We really could do with another goal. Here's Cups out to Charlie Hughes. Hughes will go out wide to Vidigal. Just need to sustain some attacks here. Vidigal, great feet. Odefalk goes back. I thought we were in there if he just turned. Here's Guerrera. Lovely ball to Zaire Emery. Here's Viper. Back to Zaire Emery. Massive moment for him. What a goal that is. Great finish in front of the Gillingham fans. That's a massive moment for Zaire Emery. Now he's playing in that Mateus Nunes role because Mateus Nunes did pick up a little knock. He's been ruled out here and there. And this is exactly what I need him to be doing. Nelson Viper superb. Zaire Emery powers through. Great first touch. Composed finish. And we find ourselves back with a 2-goal deficit. 2-goal advantage. But it's dangerous times. I am very, very nervous here. Maybe one final chance for Bayern Munich to pull it to 1 goal. But I don't think they've got enough time. And we've won the ball as well. Here's Odefalk. He's got Vidigal going wide. Finds Angelo on the right-hand side. Can we see it off in style? Angelo Vidigal, it's a slightly long ball. Hirostov, yes we can. And it is Gillingham 4, Bayern Munich 1. Who'd have thought we'd have said this back in League 2? The goals were to beat Bromley and Swindon, and no disrespect to Bromley and Swindon. This is different level. This is different level. Hirostov, our left back, so composed, gets the finish in, and that'll do it. It is Gillingham who will go through to the next round of the Champions League. What a performance. 2 wins across 2 games against Bayern Munich. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Right then, guys, so let's have a look at this. Well, it is a repeat of the UEFA Super Cup, isn't it? It is a repeat. So let's have a look at this. The quarterfinals. Arsenal versus Man City. They face each other again. I don't know who this is. I don't know who that is. I should Cagliari? I have no idea. But regardless, it is us against Real Madrid. Ooh, I tell you what, we're not having an easy run, are we? We're not having an easy run. But what you might have also seen is that we've also been drawn in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup to Crystal Palace. I mean, look at this. This is a crazy draw. Hull or Coventry City will be in the semi-final. Peterborough or Southampton will be in the semi-final. It is an all-Premier League affair from the teams that are left in it. So this competition is heating up. Are we on the cusp of having an amazing season? Because it certainly feels like that. I haven't shown you the Premier League in a short amount of time. Let me show you how things are going here as well. So we're currently sat on 55 points. We're only 6 points off first. Crazier things have happened. We're 6 points off first, and we've got 2 games in hand. Are we looking at a Gillingham treble? Hold, time out. Because every time I get this stupid smile on my face, we end up losing and finishing abysmally. So I'm going to try and just remain calm. But you know, I've just put it into the air there. So let's see what happens. But when are you next going to see me? Well, I just can't not come back for this game against Real Madrid. So I'm going to come back for the game against Real Madrid. We're going to do both of those legs there. And then I am going to get back into the Premier League. We're going to maybe play the Chelsea game straight afterwards as well. Yeah, we will. We'll play the Chelsea game because they're there or thereabouts. But I don't think we've actually... So we've got who's around us? Liverpool, Arsenal, City and Spurs. So based upon that... I mean, I know our last 2 games, Spurs and Liverpool, they could be absolutely huge. But we don't have City, we don't have Arsenal. So we're going to need to just keep winning, keep churning results out, and hopefully we can get there. So I'll see you back after the FA Cup quarter-final for Real Madrid. We'll play these 2 games live, Chelsea, and then probably these last 2 games here. And I mean, who knows? Any semi-finals, anything like that, of course, we'll be playing them. Straight after the Bayern Munich game, we continued in our winning vein of form. We beat Bournemouth 1-0. It was McAtee with a lovely finish from a good Vidigal pass. We then faced a Chelsea side that was still in contention of the top 4, picking up a massive 3 points with a 2-1 win. Vidigal got 1 and Oldie Falk got the second. We then drew 0-0 with Leeds in the league before our huge game against Crystal Palace. All good things must come to an end, unfortunately, and this is what happened in the final moments of the game against Crystal Palace as we crashed out of the FA Cup. So yeah, lads, as you saw, we were crashed out of the FA Cup in the quarterfinals. Leeds beat Arsenal as well, which is absolutely mental. Semi-final, Southampton, Crystal Palace, Coventry versus Leeds. I mean... what a great draw. It would have been us against Southampton, and I really, really feel as though this is a massive opportunity missed to not go on and win a bit of silverware. But we've got other things to now focus on. Of course, the FA Cup, the Champions League quarterfinals. That's against Real Madrid. That's up right now. I'm just going to show you the Premier League table just so you can see where we are. So it is now, we've got 2 games in hand still on Manchester City, and it is 8 points. So the title is looking unlikely. City have hit some good form, as have Spurs, to be fair. So we're not quite closing at the level I'd want to, but you never know what's going to happen. You just never know. So before we can even think about the Premier League, we've got this huge game against Real Madrid, and the first leg is, of course, at the Bernabeu. So let's get in to the game. Well, it doesn't get bigger than this, does it? Look at that Real Madrid team. It is an absolute joke. as is our Gillingham team. Let's not take anything away from us because we have got a very good team, but you're up against the likes of Bellingham, Mbappe, Endrick, Rodrigo, Reece James. The list goes on. We lost to this Real Madrid team in the UEFA Super Cup at the start of the season. And now we're in the Champions League quarterfinals. Look at that graphic. I'm never going to get bored of seeing that graphic. Tell you what, if you thought I was nervous for Bayern Munich, this is on a different level. Up the Gills at the Bernabeu. Come on, the lads. Okay, this game has come alive now, as you can see. Here's Rodrigo. Good challenge from Esquivel. And again, like a battering ram. Viper finds Zaire Emery. Over to Esteval. Come on, Esteval. Bit of magic. Finds Viper. Great ball. He's onside. Viper. It's 1-0. It's 1-0. And do you know what? We will celebrate because I don't think there's going to be any ruling this one out. What a ball from Esteval. Look at this. Shifts inside onto that left foot. Perfect. Times it to perfection. Viper one-on-one. Beats Lunin. And we have just found ourselves 1-0 up against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu in the Champions League quarter-finals. And I just feel it. There's just a feeling about this side at the moment as Vidigal here drives forward into Odefalk. Can he keep it? Yes, he can. Oh, good turn, good turn. Back to Esquivel now. Driving forward. Good ball to Odefalk. Can we get a second? Can we get a second? Viper. Yes, we can. And just like against Bayern Munich, in the first leg, early doors, we find ourselves 2-0 up. I'm trying not to get excited here. I'm trying. But my head says we won't. My heart says just maybe. Viper with his second of the game. Maybe we're going to go on and do something magical. This series might be over. This might be our last. Take a look at these players. This could be our last season as Gillingham manager. Oh, it's not even Lunin. It's Larrera. Sorry, guys. I thought that said. Oh, yeah, you can understand why I was confused. Anyway, Larrera here rolls out to Valverde. Look at this. The press is on. We nearly won that as well. As Mbappe finds Bellingham. Bellingham finds him. Endrick there. I thought he was going to go back to Mbappe. Endrick. Bellingham. Great goal. And that is what they can do. That is what they can do. How about Bellingham? How about you get the ball and stop celebrating, mate? You're losing 2-1. Anyway, decent ball to Endrick. Look at that, though. The fluidity of this football. And Endrick, one touch, pass. And Bellingham, first time shot past in Dai. So it's not quite Bayern Munich. They're still in this game. 62 minutes played. Here's Mbappe. Finds Bellingham. They're really starting to tick now. Bellingham's ball in. We've cleared it. Only to Rodrigo, though. Back in. Saved. Parried. Bellingham's there again. And all of a sudden, it is Real Madrid 2, Gillingham 2. This is what happens. We're up against the best team in the Champions League's history. And they are never out of a game. They never will be either. I mean, think of the Manchester City game in real life. This is what Bayern Munich. This is what Real Madrid do. Bayern Munich definitely don't do that because we just knock them out. 10 minutes to go. And I'll be honest with you, I will take 2-2 every day of the week. Take it back to our place at 2-2. 3-2 down. The job just gets a little bit more difficult, doesn't it? And we're up against the best. Endrick could be onside here, one-on-one, and it is a goal. I'm hoping the referee's going to do VAR here. It's like we couldn't actually see. We couldn't see. And it's a goal. Valverde plays that ball. We still can't see, but we'll assume he's definitely onside. Endrick touches it down. And Dai, he's a little bit unsure, isn't he? Does he come? Does he not? And we find ourselves 3-2 down. Zaire Emery. Back to Daniel. Daniel, great feet. Finds Hirostov. Plays it back to Zaire Emery. I'm all right with this. Keep the ball. Just keep the ball. Hirostov fights for it back. Zaire Emery. Louis Barry. Hirostov. The football is sensational. Lovely play. Into Hirostov. Why is it Hirostov? Who cares why it's Hirostov? This man just seems to score at big moments for this club. And the left back. I'm going to have to check his finishing because he just seems to put him away. Why is he even there? He's on fullback. It doesn't matter. It's weak foot as well. And it's gone in. And we now find ourselves back level. What a huge moment that is. 5 minutes to be added on then. And can we close out what would be a massive... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Hold on a second. Angelo, can we win it at the death? Oh, my word. I thought we were going to nearly do it. Nunez holds on. This could just be the end of the game. Guerrera, Hirostov, why not? Have a go. Louis Barry, 10 seconds left on the clock. Barry inside, blocked, deflected. Barry saved again. Zaire Emery, it's gone in! And we're not going to go back to Gillingham at 3-3. We're going to go back at 4-3. In what is one of the craziest games we've had as Gillingham manager. I wasn't sure if it was the end. Louis Barry's shot blocked. Second shot saved. Comes out to Zaire Emery. Just get it on target, and he does. And that is a huge moment in this tie, because 4-3 back at our place, last kick of the game. Hollywood can't write better scripts than this. There we go. What a game. That I might need to have a lie down. Genuinely, I might need to go and have a lie down, because that was absolutely insane. And Karaskivat, whoever the hell they are, I will work out who they are. They beat Liverpool too. Right. I'll see you for the second leg. I have to say, it feels like the European schedule is really having an impact on our league form. 0-0 with Leeds was bad, and this result here finished 1-1 with Leicester. Maybe the only positive to take was that our young striker Max Lyons got the goal, but ultimately it's more points dropped in the title race. So this is where we are then. This is a quick look at the Premier League table. So currently we are 8 points off Spurs. Manchester City have slipped. It's just a shame we weren't able to capitalise. I'm looking at those results now, the 2 draws we've had, and we could have been in a position to go and get first place. But it's European football. This is the trouble. And we've got this massive leg against Real Madrid up next in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So we're going to do this game against Real Madrid, and straight away, back to back, we're going to play the game against Chelsea as well. So it is a big, big moment in our season. God, do you know what? The Chelsea game is one thing. I'm praying we can get through this game. Just a quick update, actually. So Hirostov, our 21-year-old left back, he's out for the season now. So he suffered a leg fracture. So he will not be in this second leg against Real Madrid or for any part of the season. And he's had a great first season for us. So yeah, it's do or die time, guys. Here we go. We line up like this. How we've lined up so often this season. They're coming with a very strong team, as you'd expect. Of course you'd expect. We're 1 goal up. It is 4-3 on aggregate. In arguably what was one of the best first legs of, if you're a neutral, my word, you're going to enjoy that a lot, aren't you? So, we're going into this game, and it is as easy as this. Get the job done. Draw, and you are through to the Champions League semi-finals after beating Bayern Munich and now Real Madrid. Could we do it this season? I think we're going to find out in this here. This is probably going to be the biggest test. So up the Gills. Let's get the job done. Here we are, early doors. Esquivel, 2 minutes in. Reece James will clear, but Vidigal tracks back. Tell you what, nerves are at a high here. Esquivel, Vidigal, Esquivel. Can he deliver? Has he got anyone in the box? Those two working so well as they have done all season. Vidigal deserves a goal, and it is a goal, and it couldn't have started any better than this. 2 minutes, 30 seconds in, and we've just made it a 2-goal lead. But let's be real, this is Real Madrid. So they are never going to be out of this game. I mean, Vidigal, Esquivel, the link-up play, the work rate is superb. Vidigal dances inside and then just wraps it in past Loretz. Again, Real Madrid changing their keeper names. Killing me here. But it's 1-0, 5-3 on aggregate. Well, half-time, and we are absolutely in control of this game. Statistically and also scoreline-wise. So it's our game to lose. 72nd minute. Real Madrid, as of yet, are unable to really give us a good go here. And it's all us again. Nunez now. Into Angelo. I mean, the fact we've brought on McAtee and Nunez, considering they were our 2 main men, the depth in this team is so good. Angelo's through on goal. And that, if it's onside, hold on a second. I actually think that's been given offside personally, so I'm not going to celebrate just yet. But if this says goal awarded here, we're through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. And we are. And we are. Let's see this. How close is this? Daniel actually picks it up. Hey. Look, Real Madrid have probably had their fair share of luck, haven't they? I'm telling you now, that's offside. But that's been given for us. So we'll shut up. We don't care. We're through to the semi-final. 3-goal deficit now. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be saying this against anyone but Real Madrid. The fact it's Real Madrid worries me. But let's see. What response do Real Madrid have? The pressure's on. Zubimendi now, in front of those away fans, finds Mbappe, Valverde, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Greenwood, and it's a good save. It's offside anyway. We're going to soak this in because there are 3 minutes that separate Gillingham and a Champions League semi-final. Give them one last highlight. Give them it. Show us full time. I want to see full time live in the flesh. Yeah, that's gone out. That's gone wide. And that is full time. And Gillingham have done the impossible. Bayern Munich and Real Madrid conquered. And we're now going in to a Champions League semi-final in our first season in the Champions League. This isn't in my plan. By the way, let me just explain to you. So I wanted to do these season-long episodes, and I thought I'd do 3 of them. I thought in 3 seasons' time, we can have a squad good enough to go and win the Champions League. But the tactics fit this side perfectly. And it has been phenomenal. Look at the stats. Real Madrid, by the way, they came in needing to score. And we've absolutely matched them on every single stat. So impressive. And we're through. So let's see who it is that we're going to face. And wow, have a look at this. It is an all-English Champions League from here on out. Spurs versus Manchester City and us against Liverpool. So let's just remind ourselves very quickly, Let's just remind ourselves how we got on against Liverpool this season so far. Just because it's an indication of how well our tactics and our players do against them. So we lost 2-0 to Liverpool early doors, which is a little bit concerning. Is that it? Where's the other Liverpool game? We lost 4-1 in the Carabao Cup, but again, that was a fully rotated side. And of course, oh my goodness, we still need to play Liverpool. Of course we do. Oh my word, that is crazy. So I tell you what we'll do. We won't play this game against Chelsea. We're going to go and play this game against Liverpool, and then we'll play the Liverpool again, and then we'll play Liverpool again. And then we'll see out the rest of the season because I just can't not. There's so much on the line. So let me get through these 3 games. We'll show you the highlights and then we'll do the Liverpool triple live header. We managed to beat Chelsea 2-0 after Real Madrid. Nelson Viper with the second goal in the 92nd minute to secure all 3 points. The title race was heating up. We travelled away to Wolves looking to try and get 3 more points and really squeeze the gap to the teams at the top. Well, I'm happy to say we were able to do that, and it was Lucas Esquivel with the winning goal. Up next was an all-important game, another tough away day at St. James's Park. A win here really changes everything. Vidigal's ball through, Nelson Viper holds it up so well, gives it back to Vidigal, who made sure that it was going to be Gillingham with all 3 points. What a finish it is as well. It is classic Sandro Vidigal. So lads, as you can see, it's Spurs on 77. We're on 72, but we have a game in hand. Now, there are 4 games remaining in the Premier League. Let's have a quick look at them. We know it's Ipswich, Liverpool, Crystal Palace, and of course Spurs. So that game against Spurs could be winner takes it all. And I mean, this has just been the most amazing season. I sort of want it to keep going. Obviously I want us to win the Champions League, but I sort of want it to keep going. But the rules are the rules. If we win the Champions League, we will be ending it here. So forget about the Premier League because it's all about the Champions League now. The first leg at home to Liverpool. Let's see if we can get the job done. I'm more nervous for this one than I actually was for Real Madrid Bayern Munich because here, I know we can beat Liverpool. I know it. So let's see how we get on. I'll see you in the game. Here's Charlie Hughes' early yellow card. That is, of course, former Evertonian in this save. That's where we signed him from. But regardless, early card that is there. I've gone with Heskas today just because there's been a couple of players that are a little bit tired. Daniel was one of them. Zaire Emery, good ball. Wow. Is he onside? It's gone in. Hold on a second because I tell you what, Viper looked offside to me. That's why I've delayed celebration. VAR's got me too many times in this series. Disallowed. See, that's why we don't react, lads. That's why you don't react. You keep it calm and you play it cool. Because imagine if I've celebrated like an idiot and then just for see, it looks miles off. He hasn't held his run at all there. But yeah, so a couple of changes. Early start. Both teams having a couple of chances. Let's see how it goes. Here's Debast here for Liverpool. Back to Schlotterbeck. Look at us on that high press. We're very, very dangerous there. Calafiori. Yildiz. Can we win it back? Can we win it back? That's the big question here. Ryan Gravenberch. Good ball over the top. Esquivel. Oh, Isak through on goal. And I mean, there's a call for offside. And do you know what? You're going to hate to hear this, but I actually think this is onside. And if it's not onside, yeah, I was going to say it's got to be awarded. If it's not onside, it's lazy forward play from Isak. Ekatike out on the right wing. I mean, that's a tight call in itself. Is that not offside? Is that not offside? Okay, we're 1-0 down. 40 minutes in, and I have to say, being 1-0 down, we haven't felt this yet. We've gone 2-0 up in our other 2 games. Here's Huescas now coming forward for us. The loanee. He's done all right for us. He's done all right this season. Here he is, though. Drives into the box. Nelson Viper. Huescas. Angelo. Shoot. Shoot. Oh, he's put it wide. He's put it wide. That's tough, that is. They've got Donnarumma as well. Jesus. And we're going to see straight from here because Schlotterbeck has given the ball away there. And maybe, just maybe, Liverpool are feeling the pressure of this Gillingham machine that we've built. Here's oh, God. Oh, boy. Got to win it. Got to win it. Does. But again, the second ball is picked up by Liverpool. Don't give them that easy ball over the top. That's our new weakness now. The ball over the top. Frimpong, McAllister. Got to win it. Got to win it. Huescas, got to win it. Got to win it. Oof, Jesus. And I tell you what, they're making me watch this one. They're making me watch. Charlie Hughes. I'm terrified to give the ball away like that. Esquivel, can't be angry at him. He's one of our best players this season. Here is McAllister. 2-0 down would be disastrous. It's nice football. Isak, it's gone in. And it's onside. 42 minutes played. And is this Gillingham machine we've built, is it beginning to get tired? Is it beginning to... Have we pushed it too far? We've had an FA Cup run, a Premier League run, and a Champions League run. We were never supposed to be here at this point. But we've glided past teams and we find ourselves 2-0 down. And have we just come up against a team that just, we can't do it. Okay. I'm going to go and give the team talk of a generation and I'll see you boys in the second half. Couple of seconds left in this game and it's just simply not been good enough. And Liverpool have been the better team, deserved the win. If we could just squeeze one back for the second leg, I mean, maybe we're going to have a chance. Big moment here. Need this to be a goal. Angelo to McAtee. McAtee in, finds Angelo, lose the ball. Now we can't, no, don't do this to me. Don't let them counter. Don't let them counter. Got to win it back. Don't win it back. Szoboszlai coming forward, shoots from distance. Thank God he shot from where he did because, Jesus, that would have been game over. Well, it is game over. It's game over in the first leg. And we find ourselves 2-0 down. And I can only say that I've got a feel for the lads. You know, we've played so well all season. But this stings. This will sting. But I will see you guys in the second leg. We did play then up against Ipswich, looking to get some confidence back, which we did. Esteval got the final goal here in a 5-0 thumping of Ipswich. Right, it all comes down to this for our Champions League journey. Just imagine, put yourself in your shoes, the lads. You'll never walk alone playing. I can't do it for copyright reasons, but you've got it playing all around you now. I've gone for Nunes in the middle and Daniel's back in the side. They're the two big calls. Nunes gets the nod for me because Odefalk has been superb, but I'm looking for his experience. His experience now to put us through. Anfield has seen some of the greatest Champions League moments in the history of the Champions League. Think back to that Barcelona result, for example. Gillingham, it's now our turn to take this ground, this special ground, and do the impossible. So potentially for the final time this season in the Champions League, I hope it's not, up the Gills. 2.5 minutes in, and if it's a highlight for us, it's great news because this is what we need to be doing, creating chances. But I'm scared. I'm scared when we've got the ball like this. Daniel into Zaire Emery. Can we play football? Into Nelson Viper. Great turn of pace from him. He's one-on-one. What a start this would be. Oh, corner. Gianluigi Donnarumma stops it from being the perfect start. Ndiaye takes it short from the goal kick. Charlie Hughes. Ndiaye goes long. We've got to win this ball. Got to win this ball. Don't. Second ball. Got to win it at some point. Guerrero does. Zaire Emery to Vidigal. To Viper. Out wide to Esquivel. What is that, man? What is that? And we're just giving the ball back to Liverpool. Giving it back to them. Do you know what? You just get the feeling sometimes with a game of Football Manager. And this is the feeling. The feeling that it's not going to be your day. And this is on the biggest stage of them all. We've got to try and show some fight back. I don't know what I can do. I can try and tweak the tactics, but then you risk of getting it wrong. We might have to throw the kitchen sink at some point. We really might. Here's Frimpong coming forward. It's far too easy. Esquivel does make the challenge, but Frimpong gets it back. Yield is at the back post. Baleba, great save from Ndai. Liverpool in possession once again. Schlotterbeck has it. Can we try and win it? Porro in that inverted role just seems to be getting the ball, which is killing us a little bit. Frimpong, far too easy from him just to keep driving. We're on the press, but we can't get near them. Ekitike from distance. It's another Liverpool chance. It's another Liverpool corner. It's not looking good right now. And we'll see this corner. McAllister to take it. A lot of height in this Liverpool team. We've cleared it. Can we counter? Núñez can get it. Up to Vidigal. Big moment here. Vidigal back to Núñez, maybe into Esquivel. Got to look after it. Finds Vidigal. Massive chance here. Vidigal through on goal. Hits the post. And that's killer. That's absolutely killer. We've had our chances to get back on level terms. Not been taken. That is killer. Here's Vidigal again. Certainly in this game is what it feels like. Yes, Liverpool have had the better, well, not the better, but the more consistent chances. But we're here. We're knocking at the door. 2-on-1. Vidigal, great feet. Can he find Viper in the box? Vidigal, can he go alone? Finds Núñez. Núñez scores. And it's Liverpool 0, Gillingham 1, 2-1 on the night. And this is why we picked this man. He's a big game player. Wow. Okay then, Vidigal, by the way, sensational play. On that left-hand side, cuts it back in superbly, just thinks, I'm just going to lay it off. Núñez, bang, never missing from there. And just before halftime, 10 minutes or so to go till halftime, and we are back in this tie. Here is Daniel, finds Angelo. We've just made some changes. Esquivel will be going off. Can't afford to take the risk with him on a yellow. Frimpong running riot. But we don't have a left back to bring on, so I've had to bring on Huescas even. So it's very, very interesting right now. Núñez, though, through on goal. God, why has he stopped? Vidigal shoots. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. I tell you what. We've had the chances. Right, I just want to show you, this is the shape we're going to go for. And I'm going to just quickly make one final addition. We've got to give it a go. 10 minutes left to save our Champions League season. And it looks as though it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get that last chance of the game. 5 minutes added on. What painful. We've gone to Anfield, we've won, but we've not won by enough. And the referee's just blown for full time. And that's painful. That is painful. Oh, man. We've just been knocked out of the Champions League in the semi-finals against Liverpool, who we've finished better than in the league already. That's guaranteed. But at the big stage, the big moment, this team that has overachieved, can't get it done. And the challenge will not end here. We will be doing another season. It's League Two's the Champions League. And we have come disgustingly close in our first season. And just to make matters worse, we now come up against Liverpool in the Premier League. So Liverpool have the power in a week to destroy us in the Champions League and ruin our Champions League progress, and also derail us from the Premier League, because we have to win all 3 of our games. We just have to. So Liverpool have the opportunity to give us we're back at Anfield. We just won. Give me that 1-0 again. Liverpool with a chance to ruin our season completely. Well, not ruin it. It's been an amazing season, but you know what I mean. We were so close to greatness. The Premier League is still available. We've got Spurs on the final day. We've got to just make sure it's in our hands to make sure we're in contention. We can catch them. Massive game. Got to bounce back. And we can't let that loss to Liverpool in the Champions League. We cannot let that defeat across 2 legs ruin our Premier League chances. Up the Gills. Now, hold on just a second. Because Liverpool are knocking this round. And no. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Oh, no, 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 no. Now, this stinks. This stinks of something bad happening. It just does. Carrizo through on goal. And Liverpool are 1-0 up. 59 seconds gone. I hate them. I actually despise them. I despise them. I've never wanted to see a team lose a final. I don't even want to watch the goal. I can't believe it. In a massive moment. I mean, are Spurs playing right now? The Spurs have got Man City. Oh my word. That top of the table is crazy. We need to salvage a draw, at least. At least a draw. Pedro Porro on the corner here for Liverpool. And oh God, they're 2-0 up. They're 2-0 up. They're 2-0 up. This Liverpool team have completely got our number. Completely got our number. Don't even need to say it again. Season's been derailed. Derailed. Oh my word. Liverpool highlight spawns just in the box. Now we'll win it with Esteval. Viper. Gotta hold it up. Wow. Gotta hold the ball up, man. And I tell you, it's the inverted fullback of Pedro Porro. We cannot deal with him. It just completely nullifies our attack. Outnumbered in the middle. I mean, is this a goal? If it is, it's game over. It's game over. Liverpool, Anfield has destroyed our season in a matter of days. I mean, I'm going to just do something crazy with the tactics to try and salvage something. I don't even know. What's the point? Wow, this is what could have been a special season. Liverpool have ruined. I mean, I'm now just thinking about it. Maybe I should actually be looking at goal difference. I mean, maybe this is a head loss. And I should be thinking about goal difference, because if they get another couple of goals and this is just too attacking, hold on a minute. Let me stop talking with that loser mentality talk. Odefalk, Viper, onside, goal. One more back in it. VAR, don't you dare. Don't you dare get involved in this. This is not a VAR matter. Thank you very much. Vidigal, lovely bit of play. Ball over the top. Viper, sorry, it wasn't even Vidigal, it was Odefalk. What a ball that is. He's been fantastic this season. And so is that man. What a finish. Hold on a second. Are we alive still? Maybe we are. Maybe we are. Esteval, ball in. They'll clear it. Back in. Odefalk. Esquivel. Oh my God, Donnarumma. What a save that is. What a save that is. And we're coming back again. Hold on a second. Ball in. Cresswell can't get there. McAtee shoots corner again, and all of a sudden Gillingham are alive. And Dye goes long. Oh my word, McAtee actually won it. If Viper was there, we had a chance. Got to win this second ball, and we do. And the next one, no, we don't. And they're gonna. Okay, hold on. Got to get hold of the ball. Charlie Hughes, Cresswell. Tell you what, a goal now, and we're gonna start. But oh my God, oh my God. That was nearly the worst thing I've ever seen. And I've seen some bad things. Is this it? Is this done? Is this highlight done? Please say it's done. Unless, oh my word, unless you're going to give us a chance. Unless you're going to give us a chance. No, not the case. Tried to stop him going to the fullback. Here's Frimpong. Honestly, I've not sworn on my channel yet. I nearly just swore. I'm happy I didn't waste it. But Frimpong makes me want to call him something. That sounds really bad now. It was just going to be a C word. C-U-N something. Here's Zaire Emery. Huescas. Esteval. Got to go forward. Can't get it there. Liverpool coming forward again. Here's Da Vinci. Frimpong. Shabazz. The comeback was on for a couple of seconds, and they were good seconds. I enjoyed those seconds. That is going to be it. No more goals, please. No more goals. Liverpool have actually destroyed us. They've destroyed us. I mean, we had it all. We had it all. Do you know what we had? The most important thing we had hope. We had hope that we actually might be able to do this. And now it is gone. Just stop. Just stop it now. Just stop it now. I mean, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. Even if we can go and get another one, it's too late. It's too late. Zaire Emery, though, he'll give it a go. Driving forward. Huesca. Zaire Emery shoots, deflected. Viper will claim the goal. It's too late. Surely it's too late. Yeah, it's too late. I mean, if this was 3-2 now, I'd be so excited. Don't you dare. Thank you. I'd be excited. I guess it helps for the goal difference. I guess it helps, but it's too late, isn't it? Right, that is going to be full time. And, 4-2, it's a scoreline that kills us in all honesty. Spurs and Man City drawing 3-3. That's probably a good thing for us. So let's see what the table looks like now. I mean, this headline is rage baiting me. It's actually, congratulations, whoever wrote this column, whatever it is. You've rage baited me. Because Gillingham lose to Liverpool again. Yeah, I know we've just lost again. I don't need reminding. Anyway, one thing I will point out is that Liverpool aren't getting Champions League football, so they better win, and I will be hate watching all the way through. So, this is where it lies. We've got Palace, and then we've got Spurs. 75, 76, 77, 78. 79, 80, 81. It's doable. It's possible. We need to beat Spurs on the final day. 78, 79. We have to win against Crystal Palace and beat Spurs, and we're Premier League champions, I believe, because they've played 37. So yes, it's correct. Spurs cannot be caught by anyone but us, and we can only catch them because we've got them on the final day. So I'm going to go and have my dinner because I'm hungry, and Liverpool have rage baited me and ruined my evening. But I'm not going to let that stop. We're going to come back for Palace. We're going to play it live, and then we're going to also play the Spurs game to finish off this season. It's been a great season. We've just got to get it over the line now. So, I mean, ultimately, you don't get anything for finishing second here. So, got to get it over the line. Massive, massive games. I'll be back after I've had my dinner and I've cooled off. This is how it looks. We're not out of it yet. The Liverpool game, it got to my head. I'll be completely honest, I had a head loss. Understandably so. They took everything away from us. However, I present to you a golden opportunity. I've done the maths. If we win this game, and we beat Spurs, we're champions. It's in our hands. Up the Gills. Can you imagine Gillingham Premier League champions? Here come Crystal Palace, but we've won it back. Sending it long. No one up there. It's actually Viper that sent it up there. As Palace are going to come forward here. Great challenge by Nunez. Makeshift right back today. The ball over's good. Viper's onside. Slot this in. Pressure off. And he does. And you knew he was going to score that. You knew he was. Against Liverpool, they had one so similarly. Wasn't able to convert. This time, he can. Great ball from Nunez. And he just timed his run so well. He's a physical specimen. 6'4". No one's catching him. And similar to Erling Haaland, that same profile, same finish, fantastic goal. Nelson Viper makes it Gillingham 1, Crystal Palace 0. Now, I'm not going to relax here because this is the thing. When the title pressure's on, it's on. But incredibly, we are going to take this to Spurs. Hopefully, as long as we can continue this scoreline and keep winning, we're going to take this to Spurs with a winner takes all. And that is almost confirmed it. Nelson Viper makes it 2-0. And I'm going to relax a little bit. I'm going to relax. I've been fed. I'm feeling much better. Liverpool's behind us. They're going to check the goal. It's onside. I already know it is. Goal awarded. We're 2-0 up. Bet 365. Early payout. And job done. Job done. So, yeah. So, now it's just all about game management. Seeing this out and making sure that we're... Look at that. Look at that. You see it in the bottom right corner. Gillingham up to second. Esteval over this free kick. 38 minutes gone. A third goal would really cement the game for me here. I mean, here is Louis Barry into Nunez. McAtee now finds himself on the ball. We'll lose out. We'll get it back. Guerrera. Louis Barry. Corpse. I would love the third just because it would allow us to rotate a little bit. Take off some key players. Esteval now in. Odefau. Got to score. Does score. Game over. And I think I'll make some changes at halftime and make sure we're fresh as we can be going in to this last game of the season. It would appear that all the action was in the first half because we've just reached the 90th minute and it is our first highlight of the second half. And do you know what? I'm absolutely fine with that. We made some good changes. We brought a few players on. And yeah, I think it's absolutely fine. I mean, the good thing about this is goal difference. Now, if we can get one more, as Cresswell goes for a goal of the season contender, not quite. But the good thing is goal difference, because as we finish it here, let's just have a look at the table in 2 seconds. So here we go. As you can see, the goal difference now 36. Now, it's all right because if we beat Spurs, no matter what, we take away from them, gain on us, absolutely fine. We're going to make sure we win the Premier League here. So I'm very happy with this. Very, very happy with this. We're going into the final game of the season and it's in our hands. Win and we are Premier League champions. It is as simple as that. It is as simple as this. It's the final game of our 5th season in charge as Gillingham manager. And could you imagine these words would be leaving my mouth? If we win this game, you couldn't have wrote a better script. First versus second, it's at our home ground. It's at Priestfields. We've got the advantage here. Win this game and we are Premier League champions at the end of season 5. Or 6. Is it 6? I don't know what it is. It's season 5 or 6. Regardless, the fact we're here already is insane. This game here will define the future of Gillingham forever. Early doors in this game, 10 minutes gone. And it is us on the ball. Vidigal going forward. Odefalk coming forward here now. Has Vidigal up for support. Plays it into him. Shot. Deflected. Zaire-Emery. Esteval. Esquivel. We know we can hit him. Lovely football. Look at that. Off the post. Off the post. The football is electric from this Gillingham team at times. And that is a big moment in this game. Throwing now. How I'd love us to absolutely dominate this game. Doesn't feel like it's going to be the case though. Viper shoots. Hits the post again. 13 minutes in and we've hit the post twice. I'm having Liverpool flashbacks. And now, crazily, we've actually gone down to 3rd in the table. That just shows you how tight this title race is. Unbelievably tight. And yeah, Arsenal winning 3-0, so they have gone ahead. Won the ball well there, though. Here's Odefalk. Zaire-Emery. Oh, I think he's offside. It doesn't matter anyway. Was he? He wasn't. Crazy. Has this ever happened? Has a team ever been 4th at half-time in the final game of the Premier League season and could go on to finish 1st? So yeah, we're currently 4th in the table. But we could, as I say, go on to finish 3rd. It's also my birthday in the game. So if there's ever more of a sign we've got to get the job done, it's this. Right, we're going for it. Absolutely going for it. It's Spurs coming forward here. Great challenge. Ndiaye will get the ball. 5 minutes plus added time to go. Currently in 4th place in the Premier League. A goal would have us move to 1st. I mean, you've never seen anything like this before in your life. Although it doesn't look like we're going to be the ones that would get the chance here. That's offside for Mateus Tal. Hits the post anyway. A game of 2 teams just hitting the post. A couple of minutes to go. Completely throwing the kitchen sink at it here. Could be susceptible to the counter-attack. But we've got nothing to lose. Oh, that ball had to just make it through. That ball just had to make it through, didn't it? So here comes Spurs then. 88th minute. We are literally the most attacking team you've ever seen right now. Desperate for that final opportunity. A Spurs goal would see it off. They've hit the post again. We've seen the post get struck 5 times in this game now. But it doesn't look like it's meant to be. It's surely going to finish 0-0. And that is painful because that means that Tottenham have won the Premier League at our ground. And we're going to have to sit. I mean, God, this season. Oh, man, this season. It's just tough, innit? It's just tough. Because the thing is, you just don't know when you're going to get an opportunity like this again. Champions League semi-finalists. Premier League on the final day, all we had to do was win. All we had to do was win. Not even a sniff. Not even a chance in that second half. It doesn't matter looking fired up now, lads. That's painful. As you can tell, it stings. It stings. Of course it does. You know, we've just got to the final hurdle and we fell. And it was the same in the Liverpool game in the semi-final. It's tough. It's tough. I mean, look at this. It's a couple of points. That's all it was that separated the top 4. I mean, it's probably the closest title race in Premier League history. At one point, you know, a goal for us in the 90th minute has us top of the tree. Just insane. Absolutely insane. And I'm flat right now. I'll be honest, I'm flat. I'm flat as they come. This should have been a result that we got the job done. And instead now fourth. I don't know what that means for us seeded wise in the Champions League as well, but it might even leave us in a bad place. So have a look here. Here's how our fixtures have gone throughout the season. And it is so disappointing. That loss to Liverpool has lost us the Premier League, really, in some ways. I mean, you could also look at the draw with Leicester, the draw with Leeds as well, for example. But ultimately, I can't fault this team. What a season it's been. It has been a phenomenal season. I never in my wildest dreams thought we were going to go as far as we did. When you look back to how we were losing games at the start of the season as well, the Champions League, for example, you know, losses here and there, but we went all the way. I mean, look at that. I mean, if there's a game that lost the season, you've got to look at that Spurs game there, 2-0. Draw that, you're Premier League champions. And it's close. It's unbelievably close. And I'm very proud of the lads and the effort this season. You've got to be. You've got to be. Who played? Ndiaye played the most. Charlie Hughes, 54 games. Average rating-wise of people who actually played consistently. Christian Cups. Louis Barry did a decent job as well. Ndiaye was superb this season. Goals, we're looking at this man here. What a first season it was for Nelson Viper for Gillingham. He's going to be our main man next season, looking to build on his good form this season. Same with players like Mateus Nunes. What a return from him. Was forced out the team towards the end of the season, but he was sensational, as was this man here. Sandro Vidigal. What a season it was from him. A player that I was looking at potentially moving on or getting a better player in and, you know, having him on the bench. Not the case. He was sensational. Angelo and Esteval, I mean, these guys had a battle within themselves, didn't they? Esteval, a player that I do think we're going to have to go and pull the trigger on because he was sensational for us as well. So many great players. We'll finish on this man here. Alexander Odifalk. What a player he has been, and he is going to cement himself in that team next season. And this is the thing. We've got a young team. We've got a young team. Even the players that you look at with a bit more experience, like Zaire Emery, these are the players that are just, the future for us. Even Esquivel's got some more time in him. Daniel's what, only 23? So we're certainly there with a good team. We're there. So I'm going to go again. Of course we are. The aim has not been finished. It's League 2 to the Champions League. It's just painful right now. It's just painful. Now, before I end the episode and do the outro, I need to check something. I need to see if it's been played or not. When's this? The 31st. Right. You're going to see the biggest hate watch ever. We're all supporting Manchester City. I'll see you at the 31st. All right, lads, as I am editing this, I realised that my camera, something failed for the outro. So I don't have the footage, but Liverpool did beat Manchester City. So just to rub salt in the wound, none of this, we lost to the winner stuff. Yeah, they went on and won it, and it pains me. But next season, we'll be getting our revenge. But however, lads, I've really, really enjoyed filming the video like this. I hope it translates well. I hope it sort of tells the story of the season very well. Because, you know, you split it up into multiple videos and it's still good, but it's all in one place. Every highlight of every game apart from the Carabao Cup, because you know how I feel about that. So, yeah. So, lads, let me know in the comments. Do you like this style? Do you want to see more of this? I appreciate it's a long one. So, if you are still here now, thank you very much. If you could drop a like on the video, hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. I've got more content coming soon, so stick around. And as always, lads, I will catch you on the next one.